What is up, boys and girls? This is Dom again, recording another 8-4 M14 draft for MagicGatheringStrat. We just joined the queue, 6 people in the queue, 7, and there we go. Alright, so let's see what we can do. By the way, I have recently changed my recording device to Snagit, so if I don't know how it works properly yet, so if there's I might run into some difficulties, but we shall see. So looking at this pack, we have the cards I'm interested in are Pacifism, Essence Scatter, the Warden of Eva's Isle, the Predatory Sliver, I think. Pacifism is probably the strongest card in this pack, but I really don't like white all that much. That said, I just think that Pacifism is way better than Essence Scatter or Warden of Eva's Isle. Essence Scatter for me is like maybe the 5th best blue common. I would love to be in blue though. I recently drafted red white aggressive, which was pretty strong, mainly because of white being underdrafted as hell. So I might just take that. Then again, Predatory Sliver will also be something, but green is pretty overdrafted on Magic Online. I think I'm just gonna go with this Pacifism and see where this takes us. Right into a Shift's Embrace or a Chandra's Outrage, which is pretty strong. Rootwalla versus Elvish Mystic, I'm not really sure. If I'm gonna pick a red card, I'm definitely gonna go with the Chandra's Outrage, because I think Shift's Embrace, well, it is better in some red decks. I just think generally you want the more solid card in Chandra's Outrage. There's also this Messenger Drake, and I do like blue-white control. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for that. There is an argument for Elvish Mystic or Rootwalla. I think I'd probably pick the Mystic over the Rootwalla as of now. But I just don't like green-white very much, and as I said, green is pretty overdrafted. I also don't want to go into red-white right away. Even though I had some success with it recently, I don't want to. I don't want to really force it, because the synergies aren't really there. So I'm just gonna go with this Messenger Drake, opting for a blue-white controlish build. So let's see what we get. We get a Charging Griffin, which is probably also the best card in the pack. There's a Death Gaze Cockatrice, but I prefer Charging Griffin. I think it's a little bit better. There's also a Cancel, which is okay, but not really all that great. Glimpse of the Future, I think, is unplayable, just because it's 3 mana and you're not even getting a card out of the deal. You're even on cards when this whole thing has resolved, which is just doesn't seem worth it as a 3 mana sorcery. Pay No Heed is a nice sideboard card, but yeah, it's definitely just Charging Griffin here. And another Charging Griffin, as it looks like. All the cards for the Red Black Sacrifice deck. There's Tenacious Dead, Pitchburn Devils, Corpse Hauler, Marauding Maulhorn, Festering Newt even. All these cards are pretty strong in the Red Black Sacrifice deck, but for us there's just another Charging Griffin. We don't seem to get a lot of blue, which is kind of concerning, because I don't really know what else to pair white with. Yeah, see, there's no blue card again in this pack, but there's a Liturgy of Blood. Probably the best card, maybe Deadly Recluse, but we passed so much green and I don't like green-white at all. So I'm just gonna go with this Liturgy of Blood here. Black-white, I don't know where I'm at concerning black-white right now. It seems to, if both of the colors are open, which they usually are, because they're, in my opinion, the worst 2 colors, you just get a deck with a ton of removal, but with no synergy whatsoever. And while I think these kind of decks can definitely win a tournament, it's just not what I like to do. I like my synergies and stuff. So here we have the choice between a Bloodbaron and a Griffin Sentinel. I think I like Griffin Sentinel a fair amount. I prefer Griffin Sentinel over Angelic Wall by a pretty fair margin. So it's Troll High, which I'm not interested in. Bloodbaron is good in the Red Black Sack deck, but I think in white black it's not really all that great, so I'm just gonna go with Griffin Sentinel here. Oh, we took a late Essence Scatter. Yeah, think here I'm just going to pick the Essence Scatter over the third Charging Griffin, just because I really would like to be blue more than black, actually, because I think blue is not only the deeper color but also the better control color. There's definitely an argument for the third Charging Griffin, just because it lets us hedge a little bit whether we want to be blue white or black white, but I prefer Essence Scatter, and also 3 Charging Griffin is really a lot, because they're not really good blockers. They're good attackers, but if your deck is not that aggressive, which our deck is probably not going to be, there's not that much room for cards that are only good attackers. Here I'm probably just gonna go with another Griffin Sentinel. I don't like combo tricks and control decks all that much, and Auramancer is I think very overrated, because if you want to get your pacifism or claustrophobic, oh, Essence Scatter, that's strong. Yeah, what I wanted to say is, if you're planning on Auramancer getting you like a pacifism or a claustrophobia or something like that, it's just not going to work, because that card is going to stick around and it's not actually going to go to the graveyard. So yeah, but Essence Scatter is definitely a nice wheel. We almost first picked that. Now we're getting on the wheel. Man, black is open, but there's also Celestial Flare, which I'm pretty happy about. Gonna hide this. Oh, and a Council even. Huh. Yeah, so I think we're well on the way to a white-blue control deck, which is an archetype I do like. It's not my favorite archetype, mainly because it's white, and I don't like white at all, as I said. But I still think it's an archetype that can definitely win a tournament if it's drafted correctly. Here I'm just gonna de-draft the white card and ship more black, so that the guy to our left is more likely to go black. Here I think I'm gonna pick up the Millstone. Could be okay in a control mirror maybe as a sideboard card, and I don't want to play Divine Favor in my main deck. If I'm doing that, I did something wrong. Yeah. Plus, look at this picture. It's a huge head with a small building on it. It's pretty awesome. And what do we get here? Probably just another Messenger Drake. There is the Angelica core for the like quirky Angelica called life gain deck, but that's not what I like to do in this format, just because mainly I think you want to be black white with that, which we could still do. I mean, we still have this Liturgy of Blood hidden, but I think it's if you're playing life gain cards are usually not the best in limited. So if you play life gain cards just to make your do nothing 4 mana and jump and do something, then I think you're probably asking for trouble. Because if you just don't draw all of the life gain cards and no Angelica card, you feel miserable. If you draw Angelica card and no life gain, you feel miserable. I like my synergies, but I want my synergies to do something on their own. Yeah, it's not very close. I think Messenger Drake is far superior to Seacoast Drake or Fire Shriek or anything else we could pick. Guardian of the Ages I think is not really all that playable. It's not terrible, but yeah. Here unfortunately there's not much for us. I think we're just gonna pick up another Griffin Sentinel and go for the old 1-3 beatdown plan. I think we had that before when I drafted with my friend Evo. GP Champio Evo Grossholtz. So I think here could be the choices between Griffin Sentinel and Negate. I think we can pick up a Negate later. We could also go for this Compassion Knight. I think you maybe want 1 in this kind of deck, maybe even 2. They're not the best, but they give you something to do in the late game. But here I'm just gonna go for Griffin Sentinel number 3. And we get a Master of Diversion, which I like as a card, but not in this kind of deck, not at all. I mean, what are you really going to do with that? You're gonna attack, tap something down, and push an attacker through. That's what this card does. It pushes through your other attackers. But what are our other attackers? They're evasion guys. We don't have any. Actually, we don't have any creature that doesn't have an evasion on its own. So I just think this card, while being good, is not good in our deck. I'm actually gonna go with Divination here. I think the pick is between Divination and Sensory Deprivation here. But I want my control decks to have card advantage. Maybe this Elixir of Immortality tables. I don't like this card all that much, but if you get like a million divinations and opportunities, we might consider playing it. And I always wanted to do that. It's also Corrupt, which pains me because I want to draft mono black really, really badly, and I've never come around doing it up to now. But I really want to. This deck sounds awesome. Whoa. Yeah, here I think Train Condor is the best card, but again, see, all of our other guys have evasion, and I love Train Condor. Don't get me wrong, it's probably I think it's probably the best common, but in the context of a aggressive blue deck that that tries to push through other attackers, I think this card is amazing. But in our deck, I think we just want Seacoast Drake a little bit more. Even though it pains me to pass this Train Condor, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pick the Seacoast Drake because all of our guys have evasion, so there is no point in having this Condor sticking around. Jeez, really regretting not being black. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up this Necromancer. I think it's worth a couple of ticks or something, and we don't need a Coral Merfolk in our deck. Huh. So here the choice between Dawn Strike Paladin and Sensory Deprivation. I'm gonna pick the Sensory Deprivation here. I like Dawn Strike Paladin a lot, but I also like blue Swords to Plowshares a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up this blue Swords to Plowshares after picking two blue Doom Blades. So here I'm just gonna go for the 2-drop Sliver, I think. I don't like Rot of Ruin at all. In a deck like this it might be decent, but I just think that 7 mana for dealing 1 damage, the first 1 damage, is pretty lame. I think it's more of a sideboard card. I mean, look at our deck again, it's not going to kill anything. And there are many other decks like that don't have 1 toughness creatures. But then again, there are decks that have a lot of 1 toughness creatures, so you can sideboard it in against those, but even then those are mostly aggressive decks, and spending 7 mana for the first 1 damage just doesn't seem worth it. Congregate is another card we could have considered, but whoa, their pack is stacked. Still has Rumbling Baloth, and for us we still have the choice between Thalia, Seeker and Wall of Frost. Wow, that's amazing. I think I'm gonna go for the Sea Kite here, just because it's a card that can play both roles, defense and offense. And I like Wall of Frost, but I generally don't like cards that only do one job. I like cards that are a little bit more flexible. Just in general, I don't like cards with Defender all that much. I would definitely play the Wall of Frost in this deck, but I just think Sea Kite fulfills has a more of a place in the deck. We could play all of these cards. Jeez, all of them. So again, Angelica Court is not something I want to do. So is Divine Favor. Coral Merfolk is something we don't really need. I think we're just going to pick up this Solemn Offering for the sideboard. Armor Cancrix would be a card for the main board, maybe. Yeah, you know what? We could always pick a Solemn Offering later if we really want it. We're going to pick this Capation Knight. Maybe play it. Oh, Sensory Deprivation Wheel. Yeah, at this point I don't think we're in Elixir of Immortality deck, just because we only left this 1 Divination and really want a ton of card draw to make this card work. Shrivel does nothing against us, so I'm just going to pick the Staff of the Sun Magus and another Staff of some other flavor. Staff of the Wild Magus. Have you ever realized that all the staffs have like the sleeves of the guy who hold it on theme? Like this has these stupid like vines kind of bracelet thing. Yeah, they're all on theme. The art is awesome on these cards, but the cards are just not playable. I don't think we're gonna have to play this Armor Cancrix. Shoot, I have hidden the Messenger Drakes. So let's go over that really quickly. We're not gonna play Necromancer. We're not gonna play any of the stuffs. I'm gonna do that later. Yeah, this pack is pretty lame for us. I think the best cards are either Steel Form Sliver or Charging Griffin. And I don't know which of these two is going to end up being better in a deck. Charging Griffin is a more aggressive card, while Steel Form Sliver is a 2/3. But we have 3 toughness 3-drops already. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go for the Griffin here. It's not the best. I would really have wished for something better. Oh, Lifebane Zombie. Let me just quickly check. I think Lifebane Zombie is actually worth something. Just going to quickly check that out. Lifebane Zombie. Yeah, it's played in Jund. Lifebane Zombie 2.75. Yeah, they're buying it for like 2 tickets, so maybe I can find someone who buys it for 3 tickets. 3 tickets is sort of my magical threshold. What are we missing out on? Not a ton actually. We could pick this Flames of the Firebrand to just splash it. No, we don't want to do that right now. Yeah, we could pick up this Flames of the Firebrand and splash it. But I don't think I want to splash with this deck. No, I'm just gonna pick up the Lifebane Zombie for value. Yeah, excuse me for value drafting, but I just don't think we're gonna end up playing the Flames. Yeah, here we're definitely gonna just pick the Clone. Clone is awesome in Limited, it always has been. Maybe we wheel this, yeah, we probably wheel this Solemn Offering for the sideboard. So this deck looks decent, a little bit low power. I don't want to play this Angelic Wall for the same reasons that I didn't pick the Wall of Frost. It looks a little bit low power, but oh, Claustrophobia, there we go. Finally something good. Power level of this deck is pretty low, but I think it's definitely going to work. Yeah, here we could pick up a Wall of Frost after all. It also pick up a Disperse, which is more of a sideboard card, but it's definitely main deckable. What does it really do for us though? Not a lot. I think I'm just gonna go with the Wall of Frost. Probably play it main board. Not all that happy about it, but I think it's still decent. Traumatize to get with Millstone. Maybe we could do something with that. It's also an Elixir of Immortality, but we're not really an Elixir deck. I think if you want to play the Elixir deck, you really I think Sam Black has written something about the Elixir deck. He likes to be mono blue control with only card draw and counter magic, and also the blue stuff of the Mind Magus, and then you just keep recycling your whole deck, drawing a ton of cards and countering everything in sight. So I think you will want to be heavy blue, maybe blue black, blue red, with the removal that actually goes to the graveyard. I'm running out of time while rambling here. I think just gonna pick the Traumatize. Again, rare drafting. Ooh, another Celestial Flare. Yeah, we're definitely gonna play that. Yeah, we're gonna play that for sure. Ooh, Stonehorn Chanter or Dawn Strike. I prefer Dawn Strike actually. I don't like the 6-mana activation on the other guy. Dawn Strike is pretty strong actually. I underestimated that card. It does a lot of work. Blocks about everything. Also attacks fairly decently if they don't have a huge board. I'm gonna pick the Ox here, just as another defensive card. But I'm not gonna play main board. Ton of flies in my room. Jesus. Just got one, I think. Here we don't have anything playable, so I'm just gonna de-draft this Bramble Crush, because they might board it in, even though it's not great. You probably don't have to play this Ox. Ooh, Siege Mastodon even. Huh. I like myself a Mastodon. I think this card is perfectly fine. If Shuhei Nakamura plays this in every format, then it has to be good, right? Here I'm just going to pick up a Congregate for the sideboard. We're playing against the all-in aggro deck, Tome Scour, to further strengthen our Traumatize Millstone plan. Yeah, so I think this deck is okay. As I said, power level is pretty low. I don't really like the Charging Griffins, but we have to win somehow. Yeah, so let's see what we can come up with here. I want these two. I maybe want the Ox. I want all the Griffins, 6 Griffins actually. I probably also want Capacious and the Sentinel Sliver. Probably want Pacifism. Definitely want these two. This as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make some cuts. Maybe I think about 3 cuts. No, 4 actually. But these are all the cards I consider playable. So this is on the maybe pile. This is on the maybe pile. I definitely want to play this Dawn Strike Paladin. Just let me quickly sort these by spells and creatures. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna cut these two because we have our ground defense pretty much set up. I did this the wrong way. So let's see. We're still gonna have to make 2 cuts. Jeez. Yeah, I'm really not sure about that. Yeah, let's just go over all the cards pretty quickly. So sensory deprivation and celestial flare doesn't seem like the best combo actually. Just because if they're a good player, they can play around celestial flare by just attacking with their sensory deprived guy as well. Huh. Yeah, I think I still want all of these, even though this is sort of a non-bow. We could cut one of the charging griffins, as odd as it seems, but I said it before, the card just doesn't block all that well. And this is something I'm asking out of all of my cards here. It does block okay, don't get me wrong, but it just trades down a lot. I mean, most of the time you're trading with like a 3-drop if you block with that. So I think this might be one of our cuts. And then maybe the Dawn Strike Paladin after all. Huh. Then what are we really blocking with? Then we have these guys to win. We have the Wall of Frost and Griffin Sentinels, which are all good blockers. That seems really bad though. I don't want to cut 2 guys. Maybe we can just cut these sensory deprivations, but then again our whole deck is flying, or most of our deck is flying. Maybe just cut this Wall of Frost. Maybe we just don't need it and board it in against green decks. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's just board in this Wall of Frost against decks that have really big guys that we need to take care of. And then put in the Griffin or the Dawn Strike Paladin. It's one of these two. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna board in the Griffin. A 3/3 attacker for 4 just seems too good to pass up. So that's the 23 I'm going to play. As I said, I'm really not sure. I like Wall of Frost a ton in control decks, but I think we can do fine without it, and if we need it we can always bring it in against like a green deck. We also have this Congregate against the sort of explosive combo aggro decks, so comparable to the blue-red deck I was running in the 64-player draft. We also have Millstone to... Ooh, where has our Congregate gone? Ah, here he is. Okay, so we can also bring in Millstone or Traumatize if we're playing a really grindy matchup. But I think this here is okay as a main board. So let's see, we have double white here, but a lot of double blue as well, and or a little bit more blue cards. So I think I'm gonna go for 9/8 in favor of blue, and Modo does actually agree, so that's fine. So yeah, this is our deck. Blue-white control, pretty standard. Not my favorite deck, not the best version of the deck, but I definitely think we can do something with that. As I said, during deck building, I'm really not sure about Dawn Strike or Wall of Frost, but I think we can do fine without them. Okay, so I'm going to submit the deck, and actually start the tournament right away, because we were really slow in deck building. So this here says to... Yeah, we have to put this one to stop the video, I think. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, let's see what we're up against. Up against Mr. Shalamov. Okay. Is he going to play first? I actually want him to play first. I think this format is more of a draw first format than people think. Not only because LSV said it, but also just because there are not that many aggressive decks. There are aggressive decks, and I love drafting them, but just overall, I think you should probably draw first in a good percentage of the matchups. Also with like the sacrifice deck, because we're really going for long game value. Yeah, he's taking his time. I'm just gonna pause the video really quickly until he... Okay, and he is back. and he has chosen to play first, which is okay for us. We're definitely not going to mulligan this hand. We have a fair amount of reasonable cards. He mulliganed down to 6 and is thinking about going down to 5, which is also acceptable. Let's see if he does. Also rocking the Momevik avatar. Speaking of Mome, I recently bought the Momevik avatar, and I've started to play some Mome Basic. I like the form a lot, and if you want me to do so, I could maybe do some videos with it. It's fairly random, but still a good fun. And he's rocking the black-red deck, so maybe he's on the sacrifice theme, which is pretty good against our messenger drakes. We shouldn't f6 here. We should not f6 here. Yeah, let's just pretend to be thinking about Essence Scatter. We do have it. We would never Essence Scatter that Bloodbaron though, just because we have this Griffin Sentinel here, which we are going to play. Boom. Then we can block his Bloodbaron, and next turn play the Sea Kite, and the turn after that hopefully play Messenger Drake. And he's just gonna roast our Sentinel and attack us for 2. That's fine though. Let's see how good of a player he is. He's probably not going to attack into the Sea Kite. Most players don't. No. Yeah, I was expecting that. Most players have figured it out by now, and they really shouldn't, because you're giving up 2 points of damage for and you don't lose your guy, so it's really not worth it to attack there. Now actually that's a pretty bad spot for us, because he might very well just active freeze in the Messenger Drake, attack us for 5 and then draw a card, which would be a pretty big beating. No, he just has another Outrage, which is actually okay. Yeah, I like that. Get down to 12. We're not under the biggest of clocks here. We could just deprive his Bloodbaron, but then again that doesn't seem to do all that much. So let's just run out another Messenger Drake. Yeah, let's just do that. That seems best. Slam with the Sea Kite. And he's on 2 cards, so yeah, I think we're well underway. Also seems to flood out a fair bit, but that means he can play like a Corrupt. Yeah, there we go. And attacks us for 2. Here I'm gonna play the Divination first, just because we can't play two spells anyways with the stuff we have in our hand, and we really don't want this Deprivation right now. Keep this back to block the Bloodbaron, but I don't think we really want to. Yeah, actually we're just gonna go into aggro mode here. Just gonna go into beatdown mode. No, it's a little bit risky, but he doesn't seem to have a lot to follow this up, and he's not even going to attack, so that's fine for me. Still only the 1 planes, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm just gonna run out this Griffin Sentinel and then slam him for 5. Boom. Yeah, he seems to flood out a fair bit, which is always annoying. You just draw lands. Yeah, let's see if we can come up with something. We have to pay attention to not just die to some combination of cards. Child of Night's okay. He can have that. He can have a Child of Night if he wants to. So now I think we can actually pacify the Bloodbaron, just so that we don't run into something crazy. That doesn't it doesn't help against the active treason play, but still. He could next turn attack with Bloodbaron, and we will block with Sentinel. Then he could maybe draw something that is worth sacrificing, and yeah, I think the opportunity cost is pretty low, and he's dead next turn anyways. And if he has nothing here, no flyer or anything, yeah. So if we don't, he gains the 2 life anyway. So even if we block and he has the combat trick, we're not gonna kill him Even if it doesn't matter if he has it or not, we're not going to win next turn anyway. So I think we're just going to block and see if he has a combat trick. And we might lose a Griffin Sentinel, but that's okay. He doesn't have it. So he maybe has a burn spell or something. No, yes. He has a Senga Vampire. Nope. No, sir. Get that out of here. We don't want that in our hood. Anywhere near our hood, to be fair. And let's just... yeah, let's just run out. No, let's not run out anything. Let's just attack. Don't need to show him more cards here, I don't think. Yeah, I think we have him pretty good here. So he's looking like the black-red sacrifice deck. He didn't play an Act of Treason, but that's okay. He might still have them. Oh, what is this? Another corrupt. Boo. Boo. That makes him survive one more turn. Huh. And the Corpse Hauler. Jeez. Yeah, was probably a mistake to not show him another card, because we might... if we played both of our guys, we could have killed him this turn. But then again, no. Then again, it doesn't really matter. So next turn he can get back to Sengir. That's something to be aware of. So let's just run out another Griffin Sentinel. And hopefully kill him next turn. Yeah, that would be decent. And he scoops, okay. So he has double Corrupt, double Chandra's Outrage, and some Sacrifice stuff. Let's see if we have anything against that. I don't really know. The Sensory Deprivation seems pretty lame. What would we bring him for that? A Wall of Frost? Huh. Doesn't seem to do all that much. Although he could have the ground beatdown. Don't Strike Paladin doesn't seem to do all that much either, because he can just trade it with any of his guys plus Bloodburn. I think our main setup is actually fine against this guy. He doesn't seem to have that huge power, that many huge power guys, so that we have to bring in this Wall of Frost. We don't have anything to fizzle his Act of Treason shenanigans, and we could bring in a Siege Mastodon maybe. No, not really. Huh. Celestial Flare is pretty bad against Act of Treason. I just found that out. I just figured that out, because he can then just sacrifice our guy. So that is pretty weak. But I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's see what we can do. Is he again going to play first? I really don't think he should. I really think he should draw first, because he has so much removal. This hand is okay, although it's not the best, but we can play this pacifism, and if we ever draw an island, we have double Essence Scatter. If we draw only planes, we can still play Discharge and Griffin. This is another reason why I like being on the draw, just because you can mulligan a little bit better. Or you can keep more hands, you can also mulligan better. It just generally gives you a lot more flexibility. And he has nothing on the first 2 turns. So let's see, do we want to keep the Essence Scatter up, or do we want to run out this Seacoast Drake? Next turn he's probably gonna play a Bloodburn, otherwise he will probably not have kept his hand. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna run out the Seacoast Drake here. I'm not that concerned about Bloodburn. And there it is. Mind Drop. I didn't expect that to happen. So let's see, what do we want to discard here? I think we're gonna discard 1 Essence Scatter in the land. And what kind of land? Probably the plains, because we have more double blue cards. Yeah, let's discard the plains and an Essence Scatter. Mind Rot is pretty strong against us. And immediately draw the double white card. Okay. That is fine though. I think we're not in that big of a hole. Another Mind Rod will be pretty devastating here. But he doesn't have anything to follow this up with. He has another Mind Rod. Okay, I'm kind of eating my words here. So I'm definitely going to throw away the Scatter and the Celestial Flare here. Yep, that was kind of a beating. He got us pretty good with these Mind Rods. And we draw another Celestial Flare. Okay. Okay. Good beats, sir. Good beats. Well, we give him the 1-3 beats. The 1-3 beat down, as usual. And he has a Marauding Molehorn. What do we think about that? He has 4 cards left, so I think we're not really in beatdown mode. So we're just gonna pacify this right now and slam in with our Seacoast Drake. And he has a Bloodburn, which is okay. That means he can sacrifice the Molehorn to this. So we are just gonna run out this Charging Griffin, and we're gonna attack him here, because if we block, he's just gonna sacrifice the Molehorn. I want to wait until we have double white up to play Celestial Flare. And he has Doomblade, okay. Huh, his deck is pretty good. He doesn't seem to have lots of that many sacrifice shenanigans, but his deck seems pretty strong. Is he gonna do that right away? Yeah, he actually is. That means we can keep back the Seacoast Drake, yeah? Oh, he has a Cursed Spirit. So I'm actually glad I kept in these sensory deprivations. So we could trade here, but I think I like just blocking here a little bit more. That might actually have been a mistake, because I want this Celestial Flare to hit his Accursed Spirit. He's just gonna slam with the Spirit anyway, so never mind. There's a Corpse Hauler that is going to get back his Marauding Molehorn. I think we're in a little bit of trouble. Oh, there we go. Okay, we successfully dealt with that. But that again means that this Bloodburn is going to slam us for more damage. So yeah, I think I'm just going to slam in with the Seacoast Drake. Probably trading here if he lets me, and probably just taking the Bloodburn to the face. Yeah, he's attacking with everything, so he does play around the second Celestial Flare even. So we're just gonna trade here. Take off 4 damage probably. He really shouldn't. No, he really shouldn't, because now Celestial Flare doesn't really do anything. Now to make Celestial Flare... No, he shouldn't have done that. There's no way that was correct. Even though we can get it back with something later on, it's no way this was correct, because it totally shuts off our Celestial Flare. So now here I think we're just gonna pass, planning on blocking this guy and cancelling whatever he has. Yeah, I think we have to cancel this. I think we have to. Man, these Mind Rods really got us. They really got us. So let's draw something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So slam the Messenger Drake. And do we attack with Seacoast? That means if he has a guy, he can trade that guy against Messenger Drake and us drawing a card. Which is fine, but we don't even have to block. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with the Seacoast Drake here. What does he have in his hand? Probably like double Corrupt. And he does have the Senge Vampire. So let's draw Plains. That's not a Plains. So I think now we're gonna have to keep our guys back. There's no real point in attacking into Senge, and we also want to trade for Senge if possible. Now he has Corrupt for 2 on the Charging Griffin if he wants to. I really think he has like double Corrupt, because otherwise what would we have that he didn't play for like 4 turns. So no attacks with Senge and nothing actually. So yeah, we're just gonna play this Griffin Sentinel here. Still, we still can't attack. Still have to wait for this Celestial Flare to take care of his Senge. Shot of Night doesn't really do anything here except for pumping his Bloodburn. He can actually attack with Bloodburn here. He wants to, he doesn't. Okay. Clone. So we could clone the Zengir. Is that correct? Yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. I would like, I like cloning Zengir. So let's keep up white mana, because whatever. So yeah, let's get a Zengir Vampire. Our own Zengir Vampire. Now he doesn't seem to have another Outrage, because that would have been a snap kill. Yeah, there's another Maulhorn. Yeah, so he has double Maulhorn, but he doesn't seem to have any active treason. Maybe he only has like one. So what do we do with this Maulhorn? Probably just block it with Messenger Drake. So now we attack with Zengir, and he's probably going to trade for his own Zengir. Yeah, he's probably going to, and that's fine for us, because that means if that frees up the attacks for other guys. No, he just doesn't block. Okay, that's also fine. We have plenty of more flyers. So next turn, is he actually dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if he doesn't attack with the Child of Night this turn, he might just die next turn. Because he has to block the Zengir. Then he takes 3. Yeah, he takes like 11. If we would have attacked with everything, we would have dealt him 8. So that wouldn't have been enough. But now if he doesn't attack with Child of Night, he slams only with the Maulhorn. So now we could actually try to kill him next turn. Because he has to block the Zengir. If he blocks Zengir, he takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would kill him. But that would mean that he doesn't have any removal. That he has like only lands, or at least only ground guys, no removal, no flyer. And I think that's really unreasonable to assume. So I'm just going to trade here. Draw ourselves a nice little card. He maybe has a combat trick. No. Okay. So we get our card out of the deal. There's the second Plains. Quack Sickness for 2. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so, oh, that's good. That's good. So now I think we're just going to slam with everything. Yeah, we just don't care. Just don't care at all. Because he will only have one blocker. And we can take care of that with our Celestial Flare that is now online. We're pretty much telegraphing it, because we had this card in our hand the whole time and we didn't have double white. And he did play around Celestial Flare before. So we're really telegraphing it. But then again, there's not much he can do. He can't just not block, because he's going to die if he doesn't. So he blocks one of our Griffins. We Celestial Flare him. He's going to sack the Zengir. And we deal him a ton. Goes down to 3. And we might as well just play this sensory deprivation. Probably on the Bloodburn, because otherwise he's just going to sack it. So yeah, this looks good. This looks definitely reasonable. He might still survive one more turn, because I really think he has a couple of corrupts in his hand that he probably should have played on this Charging Griffin, or one of these Charging Griffins. I really don't know. Yeah, this is weird. I mean, he had a ton of cards in his hand the whole time. He might just be slow rolling lands and mind gaming us. But I really think he just has a bunch of corrupts. So let's see what he can come up with. He has no flyers currently. Man, these mind rots. These mind rots were a beating. Yeah. His deck is pretty strong. If he has like a couple of acts of treasons, I really like his deck. If he doesn't, then it's still pretty strong. Because look at this: double Maulhorn, Zengir, double Outrage. The Curse Spirit is pretty strong. Doomblade is premium. Child of Night. Yeah, all the 2-mana 2/1s are also pretty strong in this form. Quack Sickness even. Yeah, his deck is pretty strong. And he's still tanking. Still in the tank. Yeah. What will it be, Mr. Shalamoff? What will it be? I'm gonna pause the video until he came up with something to do. Ah, he came, okay. So he just figured something out, which is attacking with Child of Night, which we are going to block. Definitely going to block that. Getting back 2 life. And now can he... He can go up to 7 with a Corrupt, which he has. Yeah, okay. So we did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's very convenient. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you have it. There you have it, Mr. Shalamov. Boom. Okay, round 1 in the books. And I'm gonna pause the video and see you guys for round number 2. So here we are for round 2. We're playing against Enthusiasm, which is always nice. I like my opponents to be enthusiastic. We did lose the die roll, so let's see if he lets us be on the draw again. Which I hope he does. As I said, I think our deck is definitely a draw first deck. There might be an argument for blue control decks to not draw first if you have like a ton of card draw, so you can catch up the lost card advantage. He chose to play first and he did mulligan. This hand is not the best, I think, but no matter what kind of land we draw, we have plays. So I think it's close, but I think I'm going to keep it. But as I said, it's really close. I mean, Carpathian Knight is not going to do a whole lot of work if we're not playing against a blue-red all 2-1 deck. And he's also thinking about going down to 5. Yeah, this hand is not the best, but it's okay. So Festering Newt is what he has. Okay, so that is going to take care of a Carpathian Knight sooner or later. So we probably just trade that away turn 2. So he swings with his Newt, we take 1 and he passes. So we run out this Carpathian Knight. And yeah, as I said, sooner or later this is going to trade against that anyways. Except for if we wouldn't have played it, but then he will probably just let it stick around. So we're probably just going to trade that away right now. He's thinking about something. He did not mulligan to 5. No, he kept his 6. So another black-red deck. Maybe he is the one who got all the active treasons. Yeah, so let's just trade that away right now. See what he maybe wants to... No, he just takes the trade. I think taking the trade here, even though we trade 2-drop for a 1-drop, it's not the worst because he mulliganed. So he will just run out the Sentinel. He has a gnawing zombie, by the way. So that looks like the guy who got all the active treasons, so we have to be careful about that. So here we're just gonna slam with the Sentinel and then just pass the turn. Playing the Sea Kite next turn. He has his 4th land, which means that he could have something. Does he attack? No. And he doesn't play anything either. So we just run out this Nephalia Sea Kite and attack him for 3. And then we could either leave up Essence Scatter or just run out the Griffin Sentinel, Charger Griffin. And I'm just going to run out the Griffin. Didn't seem to have any good plays before, so yeah, I like just running out the Griffin here, even though we could easily get it like active treasoned about now. No, it just has Volcanic Geyser. I was more thinking about Outrage. Fire Shrieker, now that is something. So now we can leave our mana up and just again slam for 3. Now if he attacks, if he equips and attacks, we can still just block with Griffin Sentinel, and if he plays something crazy we can just counter it. He does equip, okay, but that's not all that helpful actually, because we can still just block it with Griffin Sentinel here. So yeah, let's just block it. If he has a combo trick, we can just Celestial Flare him, which will be pretty nice. He has a Ring Flash. Okay, so that means we do just flare him right now. And Ring Flash does resolve. Yeah, we're in a pretty nice spot here, just because we have all these counters and tricks on the ready. And now just get to maul him. So this looks promising. Now he has Pitchburn Devils. Pitchburn Devils is something that we can't really Celestial Flare, because it will just take out an Nephalia Sea Kite, so I'm just gonna Essence Scatter it. And then, ooh, Clone. Unfortunately, we can't play Clone instant speed to copy a Sea Kite. Of course, that doesn't work. So if we run out the Clone here, it's not gonna advance our clock all that much, because it will actually advance our clock. But I think here I just want to leave up the cancel, see what he comes up with. See what he comes up with. See what he comes up with. Come on, slam it. Just slam it. Just slam it. And let's see what he has. He has another Pitchburn Devils. So now we could actually clone the Pitchburn Devils. We're gonna put him to 4, and then we can clone the Devils. Yeah. Although no, I think I'm just gonna let the Devils resolve, because I think we're easily racing them. And I'm actually not going to do anything here. I'm just going to leave up the cancel. So we're going to put him to 4. And then probably just let him attack us for a ton. That's what he wants to do. Oh, he just attacks us for 3. So does this mean he has a 4, a 5 or a 6 drop that we can cancel? He has a Senge Vampire. Now we could cancel that. We could also just Claustrophobia that. We could also just clone that. We have a lot of options. Not sure. Yeah, I think what I want to do is attack him. Then he definitely just blocks with the Senge, and then we can Celestial Flare him, still have the cancel up. Or still have the clone up. We could also just clone the Senge right now. Yeah, I think that's what I'm actually... damn it, I misclicked. But that's not too bad, because now I can just attack him. He's gonna block the Nephalia Sea Kite. Then we can Celestial Flare him. Oh, he's actually blocking the Sentinel. So yeah, let's flare him right now. Boom. He's going to sack the Sengir. And takes 2. And now he has 1 card in hand. That means we can counter whatever he has to stop us and then just kill him. So that looks okay. What does he have? Equip? Yeah, that's fine. Attack? That's fine too. Just gonna take us 6 damage here. Boom. And scoop. Okay. So we didn't even have to play this cancel. Yeah, this game was fairly decent. Think again here, we're not gonna put in all that much. He seems to be the guy who got all the active Teresans, because our other opponent didn't have a single one, and he also is black-red. Excuse me. So I think we have to be aware of that. But again, I don't think there is all that much to bring in against him here. So I'm just gonna run it back. Run back our main board, and let's see if he again plays first. I understand people that they do it, but I still don't think it's right most of the time. So we don't mulligan this. This looks fairly decent. Let's start with the planes and decide whether we want a second planes or not. depending on what he has. If he has a 2-drop, we're definitely going to run out the second planes and just flare it. He's thinking. He does have annoying zombie. That's fine for me. So now we could either flare that or just leave up Essence Scatter. I think I like leaving up Essence Scatter here. We don't really need to flare that guy right now. If he enchants it, that's a whole different story. But I like leaving up the Essence Scatter here. So he does have a Firecat. Yeah, I think we're gonna Essence Scatter this Firecat here. We could easily just trade it away with any guy, but LOL, huh? I don't understand. I don't understand what's so funny. I'm not gonna bother. So now he has another land and a Tenacious D. Tenacious D time. So he has the combo assembled, but he doesn't have that many black mana sources. So I'm not really concerned about right now. So let's just run out this Charging Griffin and slam with our Sentinel and see what he can do. So this makes Celestial Flare fairly awkward because you can always just attack with Tenacious D, but Celestial Flare can still take out like a Sengi or something. I really wonder what's so funny. Did we misplay or? So he just geysers this thing and still is not able to attack. But we don't have that much pressure now, and he is starting to assemble his combination cards. He still has only one swamp, so that means he can't go into the loop just now. Yes, Shortcutter. That's okay. Shortcutter is okay. Still not making his attacks. Still doesn't make his attacks that much better. So he just slams with this guys for 2. We go to 17, which is fine. So let's see, we draw another planes. At some point I really would like another guy here, but we have time. I think we do have time. We might not have that much time because if he has a removal on that guy, we're really in a bad spot. So now he has the combo assembled, so that's fairly awkward. So we need something. Yeah, Divination is definitely something. Again, Celestial Flare doesn't really do all that much right now, so let's just Divination. See what we can do. He's thinking about something. Yeah, this combo is fairly potent in the late game, but right now I don't think we're under that much pressure. Still not drawing anything. Okay. So far so bad. So let's just slam him for 1. And he's gonna go through his loop here. Sacking this Tenacious T to leech us and putting it back into play. Boom. Yeah, so he's slowly pulling ahead, but not by a large margin, and we should be able to pull ahead again with like anything basically. So he attacks with only the Shortcutter. So that means we're just gonna block it, wait for him to play a combat trick on it, and then Celestial Flare him, because that Celestial Flare is not doing a whole lot else. Let's see if he goes for it. It does recover. Okay. Yeah. Again, I'm using Snacket for the first time, so maybe maybe there's a problem with recording or anything. But let's see. Okay. So he ring flashes us, and we play Celestial Flare, making him sack his Shortcutter. Time. What does that mean? I don't know. He's just sacking it to the annoying zombie, obviously. Now does he have anything for 3? He doesn't. And let's draw a guy. Damn it. Damn it. I would really like to draw a creature deck. Really deck. Any creature. Give me any creature in my deck. I'll also take another Griffin Sentinel. I'll also take that. Ah, there's something. There's a Messenger Drake. That will do the trick. Boom. But now if he goes for Act of Treason, that's really bad for us. I must agree. Because he's going to draw the card of it. And he looks like the guy with the Acts of Treason. So, what does he have? A Chandra's Outrage. Okay, that's fine. That means he doesn't have an Act of Treason just now. Clone, huh. Do we actually clone a Griffin Sentinel here? Doesn't seem to achieve all that much. Oh, there we go. There's something to clone. So let's just run this out. And let's just run out the clone. Cloning the Charging Griffin. Boom. So we got double Griffin within a single turn. So now let's see. He can do this twice now. Which is going to be a little bit hairy. So he goes up to 17, then we beat him for 7, putting him to 10. He goes up to 12. We beat him for 7, putting him down to 5. He goes up to 7. So I still think we should be okay. So he's just doing it again. So we can F6. Yeah, I still think we're okay. I mean, it cost him his whole mana, and he's far from stable on the board. And we should, let's see, 21. And he's going to be able to do it twice, so we're going to have to... it takes us like 3 turns to do it. To kill him. Yeah, I still think we're ahead. But let's see what he has. He might still have like a removal or something. He has Flames of the Firebrand. Yeah, that's annoying. Doing 1 to us. And now he can do this twice. No, only once actually. So it's still a little bit close, I think. Yeah, I think now it's a lot closer. Because after that he can do it twice. And that's going to be tough to beat. And Claustrophobia and Essence Scatter unfortunately don't do anything. So let him just go through the motions here. 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, it's going to be a lot closer than I would like it to be. He might actually just beat us now. But let's see. Let's see. So just F6 to save time. So he goes up to... He can do this twice now. So he goes up to 12, putting us to 7. Then we attack for 4, putting down to 8. And he, yeah, I think he's probably going to win that race now. Which is pretty annoying. Huh. Yeah, if it wasn't for this Flames of the Firebrand, we probably would have won. Huh. But he's still 7. And he goes for something else, for Pitchburn Devils. So that's actually good for us, because he can only do this once now. And we're definitely just going to Essence Scatter this thing. So let's just draw a good attacker. What would be our best attacker here? Our best attacker would probably another Charging Griffin, or another Messenger Drake, or Sensory Deprivation, which doesn't do anything. Jeez. Yeah, I still think this is very close. I think we're gonna lose it if we don't draw a guy next turn. Because he can do it once, put us to 6, then do it twice to put us to 4. And then 3, 2, yeah, it's gonna be very, very close. Even if we draw a flyer now, I think it's just, man, this is annoying. This is very, very annoying. Does he draw another Pitchburn Devils? don't think we can. Shivan Dragon, okay. We can definitely beat the Shivan Dragon. And we draw a Sentinel Sliver. So let's just run that out. And then Claustrophobia has Shivan Dragon, which he's going to sacrifice. Boom. Yeah, this is so close. So close, but still so far. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Let's see who can do it. 1, 2, 1, bring it back. 2, bring it back. 3. Yeah, we would have to win next turn, but we can't. So I think we're dead. He has Grim Return. Huh. Yeah, that is a beating. That is definitely a beating. I played this card to great success before, but not now. So now what do? We run out another Charging Griffin, but I think at this point we are dead, unfortunately. Because we just can't win in time. See, if we attack him, we put him down to 6, and then he goes to the combo. No, I'm actually just going to scoop right now. See if we had anything for it. No, I don't think so. So his combo is definitely very hard to beat for us. He's really sort of a control-ish deck. Do we have anything to beat this combo? I don't think so. Probably just win earlier. But our deck is not the best at winning early. Congregate would have not done it, I think. Would have given us a lot more time, but then again wouldn't have done anything against Shivan Dragon. No, I actually still like it how it is. The Siege Mastodon might be good, just because it's a good attacker. And the Sensory Deprivations actually seem terrible against him. So I'm probably going to take one of them out, maybe even 2. Put in this Pillar Field Ox maybe. No, just cutting the one. He might still have like an Accursed Spirit sitting around. So no, we don't play first. Definitely not playing first. And we're not gonna mulligan this. So he starts off with nothing. We're gonna run out the planes first in case he has a 2-drop and we draw Celestial Flare. And he is on all mountains. So we run out our Drake. Let's see what he can come up with. Fire Shrieker. Hello. Fire Shrieker is either very good or very bad for us. So now we have this double Charging Griffin, which is a little bit awkward because if now if he runs out an Accursed Spirit, I'm gonna feel so stupid. Oh, he has no play. Okay, so I'm not feeling stupid. Let's see. Let's just attack first and see what he does. I don't think he's gonna Doomblade it or anything, but it's always the possibility. So run out this Griffin. Let's see if he has a play. He didn't have one last turn, so he might just not draw land, which is what he does. He's cursing. He's cursing at the magic gods, which is yeah, it happens. It happens to everybody. That you just don't draw anything and just lose. It's part of the it's a part of the game. So he did draw a mountain, and he has. Does he have the Chandra's Outrage? Okay, that's fine. So now, what do we run out? I think just the Charging Griffin is okay, because he doesn't have. It attacks for the same amount and is a way better blocker. So I would like to have it next turn as a blocker. What does he have now? A Marauding Maulhorn. Just gonna get suited up with this Fire Shrieker, which is terrifying actually. So let's just run out this Siege Mastodon, and I think we can take 10. Let's see, 10. Then if there is nothing that pushes power beyond 3, I don't think. So even if he has the Thunder Strike, we're only going to take 14. And attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here makes it so that one of our Charging Griffins is actually enough to win next turn. So even if you can remove one, we still win next turn like this. And what does he do? Oh, he's still cursing. He is still cursing. Good game. Caught on mana all 3 games. I don't think that's actually true, because the last game you were flooded, and that's actually what won you the game. So yeah, so we made it to the finals once again. So yeah, let's just pause the video quickly, and I'll be back for the finals. So, welcome to the final round of this April release draft on Magic Online. Our opponent is Sento187. He just won his match, so we're gonna hang around a little bit and just use this opportunity to thank MagicGatheringStrat for posting my videos, to thank Dan Horning for doing all this great community work that he does. He just started off the Pauper Gauntlet, which is something you guys really should check out because it's tons of fun. I myself submitted 2 decks for the Gauntlet. One is Flying Dinosaurs, my little pet deck of mine, even though it's terrible. And the other one is called Project X. So black-red morbid deck that can go infinite with Iodane Denizen, the Persist guy, and the Sacrifice Outlet. It's a really fun deck as well. So I hope my decks do well. Dan didn't have the best of times today because he lost like 7 matches in a row. But never mind, it's still a lot of fun to watch. So let's all root for Project X and Flying Dinosaurs, I guess. Yeah, but anyways, you guys should really follow the Pauper Gauntlet. It's a ton of fun. The matches are posted on the same channel. But and here we go. So we can stop rambling about useless stuff. Wish our opponent good luck. And I don't think we want to play first. It might be a mistake. We haven't played against the green deck so far, and I think our deck is actually fairly weak against green decks because we have all these 1/3s. This, by the way, is definitely a mulligan, and this is a mulligan as well. It's unfortunate, but it's what it is. We had he mulligans to 5 as well, so that's also fine. Jeez, I don't think we can keep that. I mean, a mulligan down to 4 is terrible, but I don't think we can keep that. He only has 1 land. And this is a double blue card. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, we didn't play against the green deck so far. I think we're super weak against green decks. Because all of our 1/3 flyers here just run into spiders all day. We have not a lot to block his 3/3s and 4/4s. Definitely have to sideboard in this Wall of Frost if this is actually a green deck, which it doesn't seem to be just yet. He's mono red right now. Ah, there we go. Finally! So Occupation Knight is gonna come out. Look at this guy, he looks so badass. Boy, he's such a whiner. Such a little whiner. I don't like this card at all, but for now we're just gonna pump it and slam his face with Occupation Knight. So take this. He's going to shock it. If he wants to shock it, he's more than welcome. So let's see if he can draw out of his messy hand as well. He doesn't seem to be able to, and we actually do. So now we can cast this Griffin Sentinel and slam in for 1. Yeah, this was a mulligan slugfest here. I almost went down to 4 cards, but I'm glad I didn't. That doesn't mean it was correct. Never be results oriented, guys. Just because something worked out this time doesn't mean it was correct. If you have your reasons to do something, then everything's fine. But don't think, oh, I did mulligan this time and it did work out, so I shouldn't mulligan in these situations. Just have your reason for it and think about it, and then everything's fine. But just because something worked once, it doesn't mean it will work twice. So we bash him, probably for 3. If he doesn't have like shock or something. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about something. So let's figure out what he's thinking about. He's probably the only thing I could really think of right now is if he wants to, whether he wants to play shock or not. I think he would have shocked the Capation Knight by now if he could. So if you draw one more land, we're definitely in business. Because then all of our guys will be, or most of our guys, except for this Messenger Drake, will be active. And he doesn't seem to draw anything. So unexciting matches in the finals so far. And because he didn't shock our guy all these turns, I don't assume that he has a shock. He might have a Chandra's Outrage. That would be a reason to not run out the Charging Griffin. But I'm still gonna do it. I want to do maximum pressure here. So the worst case is that we lose both of our guys to a Chandra's Outrage, which would suck, I admit. Yeah, he just keeps sucking. So he's a red deck. And I'm sort of assuming that he's blue-red. Or green-red, rather. I was actually about to say green-red. Don't know why I said blue-red. Just because we didn't see green deck so far, so it might be super speculative, but I'm actually thinking about bringing in this Hall of Frost. Let's see. No, no, it's just a little bit too speculative. I mean, we only saw, we didn't see a single spell, so I don't really want to just bring it in. Why is he running 43 cards? Why would anyone do that and reach the finals? By the way, never run more than 40 cards. I don't want to hear it. It's just never correct. 41 I could accept, but 43 can't be correct. So this hand has no white, and I think we might just keep it. Because if we draw one plains, we're actually fine, and we have some turns to actually do it. But on the other hand, I just don't want to risk it. I just don't want to risk losing and we're on the draw, I think. Yeah, we're on the draw, so some mulligan out to 6 might still be fine. This hand's definitely way better. So let's see what he's white-red. I did play white-red in the last draft, which I didn't record. I won the tournament, beating Pat Cox in the finals. Of course, I might just be bragging to you guys right now, and that's not actually true, but it actually is. 3 colors. So is this a slivers? Some slivers action? Yeah, but as I said, I was running white-red aggressive, which is basically just white-red cards. So not a real deck, no real synergies, just a bunch of good cards. I had like Serra Angel, a ton of removal, double shock, and all that stuff. Where was a fine deck? Yeah, it is the slivers deck. So how do we fit against the slivers? I think all of our lockdown removal is definitely a lot worse. If our removal doesn't get his stuff off the board, that's definitely a problem. But he doesn't seem to have all that much, because he didn't play something turn 2. Ah yes, demolish. What kind of deck is that? What kind of deck is that? Sorry, I don't want to be rude, but you shouldn't run demolish. You shouldn't run 43 cards if one of them is demolish. And this, remember, this is the finals of an 8-4. So we might lose, but I might be eating my words. But still, just don't do it. Don't do that to me. He's running demolish in a 43 card slivers deck, 3 color slivers deck, to be fair. Man, this is just the worst. This is just the worst. If we lose that game, I'm going to be really pissed. Or not that game, that match, actually. But to be fair. So he doesn't have a pump. Does he have any other sliver action to follow this up? I don't think so, because they have haste. He would have done it beforehand. So let's just run out this Charging Griffin. Slam him for 1. Might have been bad, because maybe if we just slammed with this, he would maybe have plummeted it, and now he can plummet our Charging Griffin, but I'm just not gonna care. Now what does he do? Is he running up Megantic Sliver and just slams and just ruins our life? I don't say that we can't lose against this opponent. Of course we can lose against anything. Oh man. Let's just draw Claustrophobia once in a life. He's going for the races. Do we want to double block his blur sliver? Or do we just want to race him? I think we just want to race him here. Yeah, let's race him. Let's just play Messenger Sliver, Messenger Drake. And we could just stay back, block this guy. It might actually be the best. Yeah, it might actually be for the best. Yeah, let's just stay back and block this guy. We have tons of cards. If this Messenger Drake draws us a new one. Man, demolish, really? 3 color slivers, really? 43 cards, really? Just unbelievable. I probably sound super cocky right now, but I don't care. I don't care. If somebody does this to me in the finals of an A4, I don't care about sounding cocky. So he doesn't attack, which is fine for me. It's definitely fine for me. I'm gonna cast Divination like this so that we still can play Claustrophobia, which we don't draw. That's fine. So we're just gonna pass here. And then what do we do with this clone? Probably just copy the Messenger Drake. What does he have now? Something crazy. Door of Destinies. The actual Door of Destinies. So what does he choose? Anteater? I would choose Anteater. I would definitely choose Anteater. Oh, Sliver! How come? Why would you choose Sliver? This is pretty annoying. We could copy one of his guys, but it doesn't do anything. No, let's just run out this Messenger Drake. Let's just run out the Drake and then just pass, I think. We could attack, but that doesn't achieve anything. And we have Claustrophobia and Pacifism in our deck to just punish him. He has a sliver. He has a Sentinel sliver. So yeah, this could end up being pretty bad for us, but he doesn't seem to want to attack us just now. Could copy a Messenger Drake, but then again there might be something better for us to copy. No, you know what, just gonna copy the Messenger Drake right here. Man, if we ever draw one of a Claustrophobia or a Pacifism, we're gonna be super beating him. Gonna just receive a giant beating. Still can't really attack here. Well, if he draws a lot more slivers, we're definitely gonna be in trouble. I'm not gonna lie about that. Door of Destinies, if it sticks around for long enough and you draw a couple of slivers, it's definitely a beating. So let's see if he can do that successfully. So right now he would trade his Steel Form Sliver for 2 Messenger Drakes. Rumbling Bailiff, okay. Rumbling Bailiff is acceptable. Does he go for the trade? No. And we draw nothing. How rude. So now if we attack him, we deal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 to him. And next turn 7. Do we die this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, of course we die. No, actually we can block. Can actually block with a Sentinel, so we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can we actually swing with everything? Let's see. If he draws another sliver, we die. Yeah, if he draws another sliver, we definitely just die. So we bash him with everything. He takes 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, goes to 7. Then he attacks. We block with the Sentinel, and he has Vigilance. So yeah, that doesn't do anything because of the Vigilance we can't do that. So we're probably just gonna lose to this Door of Destinies and the oncoming Sliver Horde. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Man, demolish, really? It's really annoying. Yeah, let's go through this once again. So we deal 10 to him, he goes down to 7. We lose one of our guys, we use one of our guys by blocking, and we attack with these and deal 6 to him, so that doesn't work. So we have another sliver. Another sliver. Is it another sliver? It's a lava axe, okay. Lava axe is fine. Don't really care about that. Boom! Charging Griffin, okay. So now we could think about this again, but now he just has way too much power on the backswing. Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're pretty close to just killing him in one swing if we ever draw the pacifism. We could swing with all of our messenger drakes, but the problem is just that he does a lot of damage to us on the backswing. We might play this really poorly and just screw this up completely. That's possible, but I just don't feel like risking it if we have such a good answer to this thing here. What does he go for? Another lava axe? An act of treason, okay. That's fine. That's fine for me. We're not gonna die from that. I'm gonna maybe have to do some bad trades. Just slamming with everything now. Yes, okay. So let's see. We can take 6 damage. So what we're going to do is definitely... no, we're gonna actually... He puts it up to a 7. So we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that trades with Messenger Drake and the Charging Griffin. Then we can block here. And... no, wait. Huh. It's actually pretty awkward. What happens if we... yeah, I think we have to make bad trades here. I want to leave this Messenger Drake alive, but for sure. So we're just gonna block here and not block with the Charging Griffin. That seems pretty loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will go to 1. No, we can't not block with the Charging Griffin. Who am I kidding? Then we just die. So we just block here and go to 1, I think. Draw a bunch of cards. Get our Messenger Drake back. Get a stupid sliver off the board. Yeah, active treason and lava axe do a bunch of damage to me, but they're not the actual worst. We can still hope that he misses. He first Griffin Sentinel, Charging Griffin, Messenger Drake. So he's not going to kill the Messenger Drake. He's going to kill these 2. Which is okay for me. So we draw a card of the Messenger. Get our other Messenger back. We do draw a Griffin Sentinel, which is not the actual best. But still alive, and still alive. Okay, so let's just cast Griffin Sentinel and probably shrink the power of his Rumbling Bailoth here. Man, this Door of Destiny is definitely beating. Then again, yeah, let's actually think about that for a minute. If he has another sliver, then we... so if he just attacks with everything next turn, we can block, trade that away for a Messenger Drake, draw a card, trade here. Which one would I have him rather trade? I think it's the Blur Sliver. So I'm just going to put that here under Sentinel Sliver, then just pass the turn. So yeah, we're in not the best of spots. We're at 1 life. So he went to begin combat pretty fast. So that means he didn't draw. He might just have misclicked, but we never know. Let's see if we can get out of this. What did he draw? What did he draw? Yeah, this is really annoying. Hunt the weak. Okay, so we get to draw a card. It's a claustrophobia. Now that's something. So let's just claustrophobia that bad boy. Because he has vigilance. Man, we would have needed you earlier, claustrophobia. Where were you? Where have you been all the time? You're really late to the party. Would have won long ago. So here we're just gonna slam with the Griffin Sentinel and keep back the Messenger Drake to block the Rumbling Bailoff. Yeah, that should work just fine. Next turn we can attack with Sentinel and Charging Griffin unless he draws something. Which he... Does he have another Demolish? Another Demolish would be fine for me. I hope he has a million Demolishes left in his deck. And a Cancel. Cancel is actually pretty good. So now we can attack with both of our Griffins and cancel whatever he comes up with. So boom. Is it whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, so his sliver is going to get bigger. Which is going to be pretty annoying. Because it's also going to be hasty. And making this guy active again, so we will just have to jump. That's actually very annoying. So let's hope he doesn't have another sliver. And he has Hive Stirring, so that's not a spell of the chosen type, fortunately. But we'll definitely have to cancel that because we just lose to it if we don't. It gives him enough attackers. So is he finally going to trade off his Rumbling Bailoff? He is. He's attacking with the Sentinel Sliver as well. I think this is a feint. I think he... No, just with the Bailoff. Okay, so we just block. And he's going to kill the Drake. We draw cards, it's a Plains, and we draw Pacifism. Pacifism is nice. So I know he can have like hasty slivers, but at this point, what am I really going to do? At this point, I just want to beat him as fast as possible, which as fast as possible is turning out to be 3 turns. So put him down to 8. Hope he just has a normal guy and not like a hasty, slivery kind of guy, because that will really screw us over. He might also have another Lavarax. I mean, this guy could basically have anything. If he's willing to play Demolish, I mean, I would not be surprised about anything here. And what is it? It is a Battle Sliver, so we lose. Boo! Boo! That sucks. That really, really sucks. Oh, does he figure it out? Yeah, he does figure it out. Okay, so we're dead. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So let's see what we do have against the 3-color Sliver Assault. I think Wall of Frost is going to be good here because it blocks his huge power slivers. And we don't have any kind of artifact removal, which kind of sucks. I think I'm gonna board out these one of these sensory deprivations. Maybe even the other one, for like a Siege Mastodon. Block his big clunkers. I think this seems okay, so let's submit that. And let's not play first. Not even against the super aggro sliver deck. This hand is fine. Probably get killed by Demolish here. It's a striking sliver for turn 1, yeah. The thing about slivers is that they can really just curve you out and kill you. So if he goes like Predator Sliver, or Predator Sliver, Blur Sliver, attack with everything, we just die, I know, but still I don't think that Slivers is really all that good. I mean, you have to draw your cards in the right order, you have a lot of guys that don't do anything on their own. I mean, 1/1 first strike is really nothing to be excited about. And he has nothing, and we have a sliver of our own. Fight slivers with slivers. How is this a sliver, dear God? What happened to slivers? What happened to slivers since Tempest? I mean, at least this guy has the talent thing going, so you have a combat trick here. Probably has, and next turn we're not going to cast anything, so we're just going to take it here. Boom. And he has no white mana, which is good, which probably means that he is unable to cast anything because he's greedy and running 3 color decks, which you shouldn't do either. He's doing like, he's committing a lot of the capital sins of M14 Limited. It's running 3 colors, running a sliver deck, running demolish, running more than 40 cards. This is horrible. I don't want to bash on him. I probably sound like bashing on him, but I don't care. So let's just slam with our Sentinel Sliver. If he has anything, he blocks and plays a Pump Spell, we're just going to Celestial Flare it. If he doesn't do anything, we're just going to play Charging Griffin. It's actually possible that this wasn't the right play, because I don't really care about Sentinel Sliver, and I would much rather play Charging Griffin. He does have Thunder Strike, which means that we get to blow him out, at least. But as I said, I would much rather have just played the Charging Griffin. Yeah, I think this was actually incorrect. But what can you do? He still doesn't have any white mana. Did he draw it? Does he just go for a Bailoff now? Probably does. Yeah, there he is. In all his glory. Rumble in the jungle. We can just take 4 here and just run out this Charging Griffin. We could do that. We could also just run out some Messenger Drake and the next turn have probably run out Charging Griffin and Pacifism or Celestial Flare or something. Yeah, I like that actually. I actually like that. It's going to take our 4 here. Maybe doesn't even attack, because it's not the best of attacks, but if he does, we're definitely not going to block it. So did he draw the white mana finally? He has a Battle Sliver. Battle Sliver. Battle Sliver action. So if he attacks, we're definitely just going to take a 4. Yep. Do we? Yeah. Sounds correct. And we have Essence Scatter, which is exactly the wrong time to draw it. So now what do we do? Now we could run out the Messenger Drake to just trade for his Battle Sliver, but we already have one out, so that doesn't seem to achieve all that much. So I'm actually just gonna pacify his guy here and then just block here. Yeah, that sounds correct. And no attacks. Yeah, I really want to pacify his non-sliver guys, because pacifying his slivers just makes his other slivers that much stronger. So is he going to attack? No. Okay. Now we can go into Charging Griffin mode. Or maybe just attack with Sentinel Sliver and get this guy off the board. That might be something. Let's see if we attack with both. He is going to, if we attack with both, he's probably going to block here. Does a block with both of his guys, but then we just kill both of them anyway. So yeah, I think I want to get this Battle Sliver off the board right now. So we are just gonna bash with them, because if he draws a white mana, he could always just have Steel Form Sliver and then fizzle a whole plan. He just takes it. He's a brave guy. Brave little soldier. That means we just pass the turn now. Have this Essence Scatter up and this Celestial Flare up. So what does he have for us? Probably a handful of white cards, as he deserves to have. So what does he do now? Attack with Battle Sliver and the Elvish Mystic? No. Okay, so we're just gonna flare him. Flare him out. Ooh, get that out of here. So now we just think I still want to keep this Essence Scatter up. I think we can afford it. Yeah, but at this point, let's see. So he's at 8. If we run out a charging Griffin or a Messenger Drake, we're not going to kill him any faster than by just running out Griffin Sentinel and attacking twice. So we're just going to do that instead. We could also have a bunch of Lava Axes in this hand, but then he will probably have played them already. So yeah. Yeah, you see, I'm going to attack him for 4 and 4, which is the same as attacking him for 6 and 6 in terms of clock management. It does suck if he has a removal right now, but then again, he's going to cast removal on a Messenger Drake. Man, this deck was really weird. Like 1,000 colors, livers, 1,000,000 cards in his deck. Haunt the weak. Jesus. Okay. Nothing we can do about that, but at least we get our card back. So now we're kind of eating our words here. So now we drew the land. Finally, the land we wanted so badly. Haunt the weak on his guy with pacifism on it is also pretty nice. So let's see. We're definitely gonna slam him with both. Boom. And he could block with Elvish Mystic, but he's not going to. He's going to go down to 5 life. Means next turn he has to block with his Mystic. So we're just going to run out the Charger and see what he can come up with. How many Y cards does he have in his hand? What do you think? Battle Sliver. Battle Sliver doesn't frighten me at all. You can have all the battle slivers you want. Just want to counter your like giant spiders and all that stuff. That's all I want. I'm gonna take my 5 like a champ. We even have the Sea Kite. Let's see. He's playing Sea Kite actually better than playing Charging Griffin right now. I don't know. He's gonna go down to 1 life anyways. So yeah, I think we have this. I think we're just not gonna do anything and pass. Leave up the Essence Getter and the old Sea Kite. And he has another forest. So good games. So we got this. We got this. 8 sweet little packs, a nice little qualifier point, Life Bane Zombie, Necromancer for value. So that was it, boys and girls. Another 8-4 in the books. We managed to win this one against a pretty weird fight. I think I might have screwed something up with the recording, so I'm just going to do a small recap. It's entirely possible, but I was just not recording all that time. I don't know. I really, guys, I don't know how this whole Snagget thing works, but I think it should have worked. So if it didn't, I apologize. We won the finals against the 3-color sliver deck, running 43 cards, demolish, and 3 colors. So all the stuff you shouldn't do. But in case it worked, even better. In case it didn't, I apologize, because I really don't know how Snagget really works now. But anyways, this is Dom with another 8-4 draft for MagicGatheringStrat, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye.